Welcome back everybody. Today I'll be sharing a new and improved step-by-step video of my Filipino spaghetti recipe. Just a heads up, I will be leaving the recipe and the cooking instructions in the description box below. But for right now, a little history on Filipino spaghetti. According to Wikipedia, dated back from the 1940s to the 1960s, spaghetti with bolognese sauce was introduced by the Americans and was tweaked to suit the local taste of the Filipino sweet dishes. During the American Commonwealth period, a shortage of tomato supplies in the Second World War forced local development of the banana ketchup. Maria Arosa, a food chemist and innovator, saw that the Philippines was heavily reliant on imports like tomatoes. She used her background in food chemistry to run experiments in fermenting, dehydrating, and preserving native plants and animals. The innovations that emerged are said to still be used in laborators today. She was the first to preserve makupuno, a jelly-like product of coconut that is used in Southeast Asia. She also was the first to freeze mangoes, enabling distributors to send famous Filipino fruit throughout the world. Local fruits like tamarind, santol, and calamansi provided her with foundations to make wine, jams, and jellies. Cassava and green banana flour would replace the need for wheat, and coconuts would yield vinegar. One day she created banana sauce with mashed bananas, vinegars, and spices. The brownish yellow color was not very appetizing, so a little red dye was added, turning it into what is today known as banana ketchup. Now back to the kitchen. Spaghetti is usually my go-to meal if I want to make something quick, easy, and delicious all at the same time. And majority of the time, I usually have most of the ingredients already at home. I start off by boiling my pasta water. Then I poured water halfway up into a shallow pan and added about 1/8 of a cup of vegetable oil. Now place your sausages one at a time into the water. Make sure they have the same amount of cooking space to ensure even cooking throughout the sausage. Use a cover or a lid to speed up the boiling process. So while we're waiting for our water to boil, let's go ahead and start prepping some of the vegetables that we need. For this recipe, we're going to use 1 carrot, 1 yellow onion, and 2 serrano peppers. Start by peeling the carrot. Then cut the carrot into 3 parts. Take 1 part, then cut 3 to 5 slices lengthwise. Once that's done, stack a couple slices together so they're aligned, and then cut into julienne. Lastly, take a few pieces and cut them into small dice. What you want to do with the yellow onion is cut off the top and the bottom. Sit it flat side down and cut straight down the middle. Then go ahead and remove the peel. Taking a half and laying flat side down, slice widthwise into half moons, turn and starting at an angle cut into small dice. Next, the serrano peppers, you want to go ahead and cut the stems off first and slice down the middle. Take each half and slice into 4 equal parts. Once again, you're going to go ahead and gather a few pieces and go ahead and cut into small dice. Now we're going to go ahead and slice up the hot dogs. Today I'm using all beef ballpark franks. By now your sausages should be fully cooked and has a nice sear on the outside. Go ahead and remove them from the heat and slice them the way you did the hot dogs. Now that everything's prepped and ready to go Go ahead and grab your big pot and turn the heat up to high. Then using the grease from the sausages you cooked earlier, use that as your oil to saute your vegetables. If it didn't make that sound as it hits the pot, then it wasn't hot enough. We're gonna go ahead and saute these vegetables until they're nice and caramelized. Now you want to add your salt and your black pepper. I also like to add some beef flavoring. And of course, a nice spoon of garlic. Go ahead and give everything a nice stir. I do apologize that I forgot to film this part. Now it's time to add your ground beef. Go ahead and throw that in and break it down so that there are no large pieces. Sometimes using a whisk helps me out a lot when I'm breaking the beef down. Go ahead and take the lid and cover the pot up and let it simmer for a little bit. After about 8 to 10 minutes, go ahead and check on the beef. And if it's an even color brown, then it should be pretty much done. Go ahead and break up any chunks that you see left. At this point, go ahead and give it a taste to see if it needs any last minute seasonings like salt or pepper. Now moving on to the spaghetti sauce. Today we'll be using traditional Prego. We like to switch it up from time to time, but today we're going to be using traditional. Now to get all the sauce out of the jar, I'm going to add a little bit of water, close it tight, shake it up, and pour it right in. Now that my pasta is done, I went ahead and strained it till all the water was gone. I put it back on top of my pot, still in the colander, and had it sitting close by till when I was ready. My family likes their spaghetti real saucy, so I'm going to go ahead and add 2 cans of tomato sauce. Now I'm going to go ahead and add 1 can of tomato paste. Go ahead and give it another nice big stir. Make sure you taste the sauce to see if you need to add any more salt or pepper. If you think you're all good, then go ahead and add the hot dogs and the Italian sausages. Give it a nice stir and put a lid and let it simmer for a few minutes. Once your sauce is nice and hot, go ahead and start adding in your spaghetti and stir that all in.